Hi, I'm Caroline.
And I'm Leah, looking for love. Welcome to Happiness and Champagne.
What's going on this week?
Really want to
you're
know?
reading the book?
Yeah, so this is the book that I've been talking about, The Gift of Fear. So in the past podcasts, I've brought that book up a few times because of situations that I've been in. Ready for this one?
Yeah.
So since my little separation last week, I'm back on the dating sites again. So I'm chatting with this guy. The conversation starts off, "Hi, Leah, you look super adventurous." And I said, "I am. Are you?" "I'm very active, very spontaneous, and an old soul. I'm fairly witty, so told by few." So he speaks well,
Yeah.
right? And then, "How do you like to spend your weekends?" And he says he plays racquetball and pickleball and et cetera, et cetera. I said, "'Tis the season for polo matches," because I like polo matches. I enjoy small music venues, breweries, wineries, in the process of prepping my living room to paint because I like small projects.
You do?
So he liked that. And then I didn't hear back from him. So I went back to his profile. He doesn't drink.
Oh.
So
But
do
that's
your
okay.
due diligence, right? I'm
Yeah.
not changing for anybody.
No,
I'm
that's
not
true.
being a chameleon. I'm being me. Blah, 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 blah. So then the conversation ends. "Good morning. I hear 94 today. Stay cool, hottie."
Oh, it's getting low. Okay.
Right? And I said, "And a fabulous morning to you. AC on blast. Glad I work remote. What are you getting into today?" "I'm feeling sassy, but at the office. Remote is not an option. Our AC blasts so much I have to put on a long sleeve." I said, "Sassy and classy makes the world go round. So you work in the Antarctic?" "Apparently so. F freezing. My nips are rigid."
Okay.
Here we go. I'm like, better than the alternative. And he says truth. And then I send this little emoji,
Okay. A little freezing bunny.
like shivering,
or
right?
a bear or something. Yeah.
And I said, not too many funny emojis, selecting, something cold. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Response: "You try sitting in it," which I think he meant on it. "You'd know what I mean." So I'm like, really? Are we going down that road?
I actually think he's talking about sitting in his office. I
Oh,
think he's saying try sitting in it. His office. He's freezing. His nips are rigid.
and
I mean-
I'm thinking perversion, like,
Oh, Leah. But unfortunately, you've had so much of that. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, and I see you haven't talked to him since.
No.
Oh, because that's like a no.
right.
Oh.
So did I read that wrong? So there you
read
go.
that
Perfect
wrong.
example as to texting and how texting can go wrong.
Totally. Texting.
So you
just-
think he meant sitting in his
I-
office,
in his
not
office.
sitting on that emoji?
No. Oh my God. And it's
Okay.
vibrating of all things.
Okay.
Okay. So again, texting versus phone calls,
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
So that was one.
okay. What's next? Let's hear it.
Are you a pilot? Because I do have a picture of me on my site with a pilot.
Yeah.
Or with a plane in the background. So just chatting with this one. Nothing spectacular.
Oh, I thought we were going to hear something raunchy.
No, I don't have a lot of raunch right now. Let me see.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
I mean, because normally it's like, so I would say, what, 80% weird?
So, yeah, the selection is minimal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting young boys.
Maybe they're into MILFs or, or older women.
I'm not looking for that. I'm
No.
just looking for my long-term companion, someone to
Yes.
travel the world with. Oh, so funny. I was this weekend. I was out, like I said, the last podcast. Well, it was a couple weekends ago now. That this one gentleman, he goes, "I just don't understand it. When women put on their profiles that they like to travel the world, like how can they afford that?" And I'm looking at him thinking, so I asked him, I said, "So have you ever traveled outside of the U.S.? No." Well, then, what are you talking about? Like when my girlfriend and I went to Spain, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the past, we spent 43 euro a night for a 2-bedroom townhouse because of somebody that I had met. Okay, so long story, long. A few years ago, I was in Nashville, and I met this guy from Liverpool, and his brother had a place in Spain. And so when my friend and I were talking about going on a holiday somewhere, she said, let's do something cheap and cheerful. So what do? I reach out to my friend in Liverpool, and hey, if you're watching, Paul, hi.
I like Paul. I've never met him, but I like him. He has a tortoise that he has to keep during the winter in the refrigerator because they need to hibernate. I think that's so cute.
I forgot about that story.
You know me and animals. I just think that they try so hard to keep that tortoise the right way. You know?
That was crazy. Who puts a tortoise
no,
in
because
their freezer?
tortoises need to hibernate in the winter, and they have to force it. So I guess he read up on it, and he keeps a tortoise in the refrigerator.
He did. I forgot about that.
Can you imagine going in, honey, where's the lettuce? Oh, there's a turtle in here, a tortoise. Yeah.
Yes. So I've kept in touch with him. We met at a little place called Bluebird Cafe.
Shout out.
Yes. Shout out to Bluebird Cafe. That was great. I thought Bluebird Cafe was all about their food. So I get in line and I'm waiting. I get there 2 hours ahead of time. And luckily I got into it. And it was a little club. This is where Taylor Swift was noticed. And it's
Really?
artists. Pardon?
I didn't know that.
Oh. So it is where artists, they're songwriters, and they sell their songs to, big companies, big performers, like Kenny Chesney. So anyway, it was really great. We had a good time. And then the next day we met up for coffee, and then off back to Liverpool he goes. So we kept in touch through WhatsApp. And anyhow, getting back to my story, I reached out to him and I said, hey, does your brother rent his place in Spain? He said, well, let me ask. He doesn't normally rent it to strangers. So he responded back, 43 euro a night. So we booked our trip to Spain and off we went.
Yeah.
And that was a fun trip. We had some good times.
Yeah, I love going to Europe or other places. We have some good friends right now in Japan. I'm so jealous.
I know.
They're having a great time.
Hope you guys are watching our podcast in Japan. Have fun, guys.
Yeah.
Want to hear all about your story.
I know.
So getting back to this guy this couple weekends ago, he says, how do you do that? Like, how do women travel? And he was kind of getting bitter about it. And I'm like, well, wait a minute here, buddy. Pump your brakes. First of all, you can travel relatively reasonable.
You really can.
It's not like you have to be going to 5-star, Michelin star restaurants every night. She and I rented a little Suzuki, little 6-7 speed, which was fun. But you don't have to spend a lot of money. And especially for people that have never traveled outside of the United States, I feel sorry for them. But once you get the bug, it doesn't have to be.
And in the older groups, there's so many tours that you can go on and feel safe. If you're a single woman, they probably even have single women tours.
They do. And
They do?
I'm actually.
Maybe we should put you on one of those.
But I don't know that I want to go with a bunch of women.
But you would learn so much and you could film it.
I think I'd rather go with a bunch of single people, men and women included.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if I don't continue putting myself out there, when and where am I going to find someone? Obviously, I'm not finding them at the bars. And to be honest, I'm getting very discouraged with the bar scene because it seems lately it's just a pickup joint. And I'm not
It's
looking.
always been that way.
Okay, well.
Well,
I like live music, so I do follow some bands,
Yes.
and I, enjoy that. But I think it's changed a bit because, like before, when we were growing up, of course, we're younger, then obviously.
well, there are no cell phones, so there was no taking pictures of what's going on.
But that's where you met people.
I know.
You would go
You
to
had
the
to
bar.
talk.
So you had both. You had the potential long-term relationship, or you had the potential, hookup.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that it's really like that nowadays. I feel like the bar scene is the bar scene. It's just a hookup place. And so where do I go if I'm on the dating sites or if I'm out, seeing live music or popping in and out of bars? And it's a younger scene now. I noticed a couple weekends ago, and my girlfriend and I went out. It was on the weekend, and it was a younger scene. So really, if you want an older crowd, you have to go out on the weeknights early.
So my husband and I went out to dinner last night, and we go into this local place in town, and it was probably about 6:30, and I walk in, and I felt so old, but we were at the same age as everyone else. I mean, I thought to myself, oh, all the old people are out. And I had to look at him and I going, oh, we're one of them. But it's true. It's like at 6:30, the whole bar was just us. And I was laughing to myself thinking, wow, things are changing. But at least we go out. We go out and we still have fun and talk to people. And
I'm not giving up.
No.
I mean, and I'm not going to be bitter, and I'm not going to be one of those women, this doesn't work.
I saw
and
one
that
of your
doesn't-
friends last night.
Aw.
I know. He said hi. He was smoking a cigar. Good guy.
Oh, yeah, I miss my cigar smoking buddies.
Yeah. So, you can't give up.
No, I'm not going to, and I'm going to always keep it on the positive because that's just who I am. Like, you put that negative energy out into the universe, to the world, I'm in charge of my own feelings. I mean, and that's what I learned through my therapy sessions. To Ali, shout out to Ali. He's fantastic. Ali, in the beginning, when I sat down, I went in for a specific situation, and he said to me, stop, this is not what we're talking about. I want you to tell me your story from the time you were young and I got through high school. And he looked at me and said, have you ever thought about writing a book? Because this would be a #1 seller. Like, what you just shared with me is unbelievable. So then moving forward, he wanted me to bring in some of the guys that I was dating.
I remember that. Oh, do share.
He said he wanted 3 people to come in. My mom, my son, and at that time, the guy that I was dating. And so the guy that I was dating was willing to come in. So he came in.
Brave.
And we didn't pre-plan this. I mean, he knew I was bringing him in, but we didn't really talk about. So Ali is on point. Ali sat down and said, okay, I want you to, tell me how your relationship is with Leah and, progressing. And he said that I've met her children. And that was one of my bones of contention, is I had not met his child. And we were going on 8 months, I think, now at this point, dating. And I thought, this is just strange. I mean, I understand you want to protect your daughter, and I respect that because I'm a stepdaughter.
Because she was still under 18, correct?
She was in high school.
Yeah, so I can see why he wanted to protect.
And she had some things that she was working
Okay.
through. So anyway, he had full custody of her.
Oh.
So I was just, thinking, okay, are you embarrassed of me? Like, a lot of things were running through my mind. So he sits down. Ali starts asking him some questions. First thing he says is, I've met Leah's children. And Ali's like, oh, okay. And has she met your child? And he said, no. And he says, well, why not? Because you're not doing your daughter any justice. If you're in a relationship with her, your daughter needs to know this. And he got into some conversations. And then afterwards, Ali and I had a talk, and he said that he wasn't for me. He picked up on the fact that there were some personality traits that just weren't going to happen and weren't going to work out. So Ali said to not dodge a bullet, but, you should probably, this isn't going to work out.
That's fantastic. And I remember that's not the only guy. You brought in another date.
Well, the other one asked to come in.
That's true.
I didn't volunteer to ask him. He said, I would like to attend your therapy session. Now, I'm coming down to the end because Ali told me therapy isn't for life. I'm going to give you the tools. And once he saw that, I was, and he focused on my relationships. he didn't focus on the purpose that I went in there for. He totally picked out something underlying that I didn't realize that he brought to the forefront. So
I
anyhow,
love him.
he is phenomenal. So if anybody wants a good therapist, let me know. I've got his phone number. He's amazing. And I went against my grid. I went with a male, which I wanted a female. I went with a younger therapist, which I thought, he's not going to get me. Like, I'm going to totally, toy with him. Well, boy, did he get me. And boy, did he get me good. And you're privy to all of those.
Yes.
So the second date says to me he wants to come in and be a part of my therapy session. So we go in, and Ali asks him what he wants out of the relationship. And he said, he didn't want a long-term relationship. My jaw dropped. I don't have a poker face. And Ali looked at me and he said, is that not what you were expecting? And I said, well, I'm a bit confused because 2 or 3 weeks prior, he asks for my hand and holds my hand and says, Leah, I'd like for you to be my girlfriend. Hello, folks. Does that not say I want a relationship? Because that's how I read into it. So when he said that he didn't want a relationship, no sooner we get to my house and he went home, he left, and Ali calls me. He says, Leah, can we talk? I said, yes, Ali, we can talk. Run. He didn't say it like that, but he's like, this man will never commit. You're going to waste your time. So you need to bow out. So what did I do? I was a runner.
Well, he also pointed out that that gentleman probably needed to have some therapy himself, which is, he
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you met him.
Yeah, I did. Nice guy.
A lot of
but
fun,
yeah,
but
okay,
definitely
fine.
not my type. So ending with that one, what do you say? What do you think?
I think that we just go on and keep trying to help women find love, including you, Leah.
But didn't we get a message tonight that we might have a potential to bring on?
We did. We did. We got a message for a man that might want to come on our podcast. So we're really excited. And of course, we're going to be respectful, but we'll ask lots of questions.
Because I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what men think.
I know.
And then if you want to just call or shoot us an email and just give us some feedback. Let us know what your thoughts are.
And you can on HappinessandChampagne@gmail.com or call us at, what number is that?
That number is
We need to memorize this number.
703. Oops, there's the dating site. Or you can find us on all of the podcast platforms. We are available at 703-574-0083.
And we end this with?
We're going to go with this one tonight. Happiness is priceless, but champagne isn't.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.